So you can ask questions. We will be asking questions. The two people who I'm going to invite, they are senior immigration consultants. They have been in the community as well as in their businesses. They are doing pretty well. They normally charge, I won't say what dollars, to get any answers or any questions answered. But here they are coming, definitely they're giving me money to do this. So it's great honor to get both of them here for a panel discussion rather than having a presentation, because that will help you guys really well. If you have any questions, don't be shy. Just, we will have some time. So we are running late. We still have up to 2:30. So we will try to squeeze in as much as possible. And then we have pizza right after. So it's already in some insulated bags, so it should not be a problem. You'll get some hot pizza. But we will start it without any extra time from my side. So let's, so if we can please put our hands together for Naresh Chawda from Global Immigration and Pradyuman Jhala from SPS Canada Immigration. So both of them, very senior guys. You might not normally get them to answer without first putting your credit card out. So here we have it for free, and we will be asking them some great questions, and then we'll allow you guys to ask any questions you might have. So we'll just have a setup. Just give me 1 second. So I'll just start putting some chairs there, but like you can start by introducing yourself.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Naresh Chawda, and I have my colleagues Hitesh Shindhav. Yeah, hey, I can stand here with me. So I'm representing Global Immigration Corporation. I'm a member of GPAC. Hitesh is also the member of GPAC. Practicing from April 2012 as an immigration consultant over here. Back home I did my Bachelor of Law, Master of Law, MBA Marketing, Postgraduate Human Resource Management from India. I migrated before 15 years, and yeah, that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. My name is Pradyuman Jhala. I practice immigration for more than 15 years. Firm name is SPS Canada Immigration. We specialize in economic class program. That's where your program falls in. We also specialize in business immigration, work permits, and appeal matters. But we'll go on some of the important elements we want to discuss together and give you information which can lead you to your success in your immigration. So that's our goal in our today's panel question Q&A. And definitely we will answer all your questions as much as we can. Thank you.
If you can just have a seat. And mind you, I'll ask all the hard questions from you, okay? So the first question is, what is the main program today offered by the Government of Canada for immigration to Canada? Maybe you can answer like one by one, or you can take it.
This is a very important question. There is not one program. There are more than 80 immigration programs which you can get your immigration. And answer to you individual is you have to individually assess yourself. I mean, you will start there, what your education is, what your experience is, what you have come here further to study, and then you will look at it, which province, which federal program, which your criteria. And take this line very seriously. You have to be proactive in your immigration plan. You cannot come to us after completing studies. Those days are gone. Those days were 2015 and before. Today is 2020. There are 200,000 more students are joining you to say, oh, Canada, along with you. So be prepared. They are your competitors, and you all have to be proactive. If you are not proactive, you will have a hard time getting settling in Canada. Stakeholders like GPAC and other institutes, your colleges, they are also stakeholders. They are going to actively doing the advocacy for you, but that's a long channel, and you will not get benefited because you are on a time machine. Your time starts the day you get study permit, and that has to be calculated from there itself. The day you get study permit, start planning your next 3 years. If you don't do that, you are in a very questionable situation. Coming back to the quick question, so there are 80 programs. We cannot explain every 80 programs. Most of the students are aware about Canadian experience class, and we'll work, we will study, we'll work, and we'll get the PR. This is the simplest express entry program, but that's not enough for everybody nowadays, right? If you want to add more.
Yeah, so as Pradyuman say, like there are many programs, but if you differentiate, like main thing, there is a skill worker. So program itself says if you have a certain skill, set of skill because of your education experience or mix of education experience, you part of that particular program, you can apply within that. And there is a federal program, there is a provincial program, almost everyone know. And sometimes I say like students, they know sometimes more than particular program than professional also. But make sure like any professional like me, Pradyuman, and there are other member, like Hitesh is RCIC, there is Avani Marfatia, she is our GPAC member and she is also RCIC. So anyone, professional, they always update with the current law and they know what's a comprehensive way to get it done. So I personally say like in Canada, when you have any kind of professional service need for accounting or insurance or immigration or law or property, go with professional, whatever you like. And as per the program, this, say one is a skill-based program, other one is an entrepreneur category, investor category we used to say, and there is a HNC category as she told actually about humanitarian compensation base, and there are various kind of different program, but particular for international students, there is a skill-based category, federal and provincial, yeah.
Great, thank you so much. One thing which I would ask to both of you is, where do you see an issue? So, say international students or students from Canada, what are they facing? Like, what are the biggest problems they are facing today when they come here and study? Like, is it issues with the colleges and not getting the work? Like, what is that which you guys encounter? Like, you might be getting 2 or 3 phone calls or emails, or maybe much more every month. Like, what is that which doesn't allow them to sleep?
Yeah, so instead of the issue, what I want to say, like many international students, they need to, in a three like main advice I want to give you. When you apply for study permit back home, India or any other country, over there you have a licensed professional or maybe non-licensed professional, or you are doing by your own actually. But make sure whatever you are writing in your first step actually, the form, your work history, your education history, it is permanent. There are many students, they do mistake over there actually. Sometimes they have master, they just put over the bachelor degree, they have certain experience, they have some voluntary experience, maybe they attach with certain professional organization, they don't put their name or detail in the forms. What happened? If you don't mention over there, you are not able to mention in future also. And as a legal professional, I say like, if you have certain degrees or experience, you must need to mention by law. So that's a one mistake usually students do. And then once they did mistake is a one way. Then when they are here, part of their future work permit, permanent residency process or citizenship process, they will get the issue over there about that particular mistake they done in back home. Second thing, they are here, they need to keep in mind where they are eligible to work. So always the work permit they got off campus, and Pradyuman also have a same echo with that actually maybe, off campus or after completion of study, they are applying for work permit, they are waiting for the degree certificates, and those time you can't eligible to work. The off campus work permit or the work permit you for 20 hours, it is with your full-time study. The full-time definition is not given by the college or the student recruiter or like person who are working in the college or university. They are professional for education system. They are not professional for immigration system. So always, you can, do homework by yourself, you are full-time or not. Sometimes, I'm giving the small example and we move forward for that. Just for example, if you have five courses in one particular semester, you get credit because of your back home study for two courses. And that credit maybe save you $1,000 actually for the fees. But then you fall in the part-time student actually. Once you are part-time, you are not eligible to work. So that's the second point also you need to keep in mind when you are already over here as international students. And third and last thing I want to introduce in this particular question, the provincial nominee program, when you go to any provincial nominee program in Ontario or anywhere, keep in mind, when you get the permanent residency on your provincial nominee program, so you must need to stay in that particular province for the work and for your life. You can travel anywhere after getting permanent residence, but you need to stay over there, and that's why you get a special advantage of getting this permanent residence program part of the PNP program. So, as per the law hierarchy, the federal law, the charter law and constitution law, prevail, like they have a higher authority than immigration law. So, when you become citizen and you have a right to charter law and immigration, constitution law, then you have mobility right and you can move anywhere in the Canada and other province. So, these three things students do the mistake. Before they come to Canada, they do the mistake in the form about their education and experience, and that occur the problem when they are here. Second thing, they work outside part of their study and they overwork or illegal work. That's occur the problem, and then they select the provincial nominee program. They always think I can just get the PNP in certain province and I can come to Toronto. No, it is not that easy. Trust me, if you see the citizenship application form page number 2, you found like you have any condition when you get your PR. So that's trap you, and it's a one way. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what about you?
So I'll continue from what Naresh gave. So to get a good sleepless night and without trouble, without not having a trouble in immigration, continue to do Naresh. First, you should not take a deliberate study break. You are here as a full-time international student, and you have to complete your studies full-time continuous. Your deliberate study break off will take you off the postgrad work permit, and you will lose the opportunity to get immigrate to Canada. Another second important thing, when you are, the very common mistakes we see nowadays and we always discuss is, I applied for my work permit, now everything is online, you have your own portal, my portal got logged, I forgot my password. Immigration send you a notification to upload a document, and they give you only 7 days. And that 7 days is your deadline to apply. You didn't did it, you're going home. Straight answer. Then the human trafficking things comes up. Then people will take advantage of your status. Then there are a lot of people out who are double degree lawyers than us. They give you the advice which cannot even be think of or speak about, because we have our own licensing restrictions. We cannot lie to you. Our advice, our counseling has to be as per what the program says. If you don't like our answer no, we still have to say no. Because our practice is between yes and no. There is no if. Another thing, when you are applying for the work permit, please follow the online or take a technical help or reach out to a practitioner, because every time a very common mistake comes up, sir, they ask for the additional document, I uploaded, but you never submitted. So upload is not a full task. I mean, he will agree. I mean, we feel so sorry for our kids when they come to this situation, because we don't have a right to appeal this. When you opt for online services, you gave a procedural right to the immigration that you will follow the procedure and you are aware of what you are doing. You cannot blame us, you cannot blame government, you cannot blame yourself, and your career is gone. So this is very small thing. I mean, yes, they asked me, I uploaded. Okay, but did you hit the submit button? No, sir, I didn't see the submit button. It was at the bottom of the corner. Who is accountable for this? You. Right?
That's great. No, these are some great tips from the right people. And any questions you guys have, like I have some more, but I would say it would be better if you guys have any questions, you can just ask right now.
Yes, so I think Naresh did cover in the beginning of his that you are only allowed to work 20 hours. Now the technology jobs has come in place, that is Uber Eats. That also you cannot work more than 20 hours. Like, sir, how I'm going to prove that I drove how many hours? No, we can easily calculate how many kilometers you drive. We know how much it takes to go to Niagara Falls and come back. You cannot fool us. When I say we, it's immigration. We cannot fool immigration. We said, sir, they're not going to know. I don't have a timesheet. No, it's not a timesheet. We will calculate your kilometers you drove in 1 week. If it is exceeding 20 hours, you're not getting work permit.
Oh, okay, Azadji.
Yes, that's again a human trafficking thing. Don't work under forced labor. There is an Ontario minimum wage, which is $14. You must get, and we always encourage, wherever you work, you must take it a legal check, a salary, get deposited in your account, whichever the format is, because that experience, we're going to claim it in your immigration. You have to establish your skills and prove it to immigration that you are fit for that job, which is going to make you a manager or a director of that company. Nobody has become a director on one place. They started as a supervisor, they become a manager, and then they become a director. How can you come on one day and just say, I'm a director of this company? You have to make your resume. Every employer looks for the resume and the letter. They will not believe I was a manager last year. No, I mean, either you are being given a special education from your home country, that's a different story. But majority of the students we are seeing, they are coming after grade 12.
Right. So any questions you guys have? Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question about express entry. So if a person has done a 3-year program in Canada, what's his highest level of study? Is it under bachelor's or?
Yes, it's a bachelor's degree.
So yeah, like if you have a question which can be answered like in one sentence, that would be great. And
Yeah,
but
you raised your hand as well.
So I have the question with respect to the allowed working hours during a full-time student. So if sometimes by mistake if we work beyond the 20 hours, sometimes not always, then what happens in the past year when applying for PSWP?
yeah, so as Pradyuman say, like there is a no 90%, there is no 2%, there is a 0% or 100%. One hour, you are 18 plus, and anyone like work illegal or overtime is illegal. And so sorry to say, but you need
I'll
to,
just give you one example of my own case, which we dealt with the immigration. So kid was working at a gas station as a cashier, and he was following every hour 20, 21, 22, 23. And officer says, I can believe it that you have one. Retail industry is like, you cannot relieve your you cannot relieve your position until another person comes and take it. That was my argument. But officer said, your client has been given in writing that he can only work 20 hours, so he should tell your employer that I will stop counting after 18 hours, so that he can leave at the 20th hour. I mean, once in a while, maybe it's a special exemption, but in a one-word answer, it's no.
Okay, any other questions? Piyush bhai, tamna pachi puchwanu. Like if they have it, really, I'll let them ask, and then maybe, yeah, please go ahead.
What is the difference between fast-track program and full-track program? And fast-track program has a work permit, and how long?
So work permit is attached to the institute you study. If you are studying in a public post-secondary institute, you are eligible to apply for the postgraduate work permit. If you are studying in a private career college, then you are not eligible to work permit. Now the program is fast track, or it's a normal, or it's advanced program, doesn't matter.
and to add to the Pradyuman say, if you check like CIC website is user friendly, you can check any institute. In a certain institute, there is certain program is eligible for work permit, certain are not. So you can just Google the like CIC website about program eligibility, and it's a free service, definitely skill my business and his business too, but yeah, you can Google it and you can find. So before, this is a primary step. When you choose any institute, make sure the institute is eligible for the work permit, and the program also, whatever you choose is eligible, supposed to for work permit, yeah.
Yeah, because like you all are competing with each other as well, right? Because there will be 200,000 students coming, like in the last 3-4 years, almost 350,000 students have come. And most of them are coming from India, right?
Yeah, second largest, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, there are, like, I think somebody raised their hand back. Yeah.
If a student got their in-campus job and they complete the 20 hours in the week, so the student is eligible to work outside the campus?
So his question is, like, if you are getting an on-campus job for 20 hours, can you work outside for the other 20 hours or no?
Answer is no.
So yeah, you guys are all making money, I feel. Yeah, go ahead.
I think every bi-weekly they have a draw, and every bi-weekly if your merit is matched with the current score they offer, and they offer number of seats also, every they have.
I didn't get your question right. You are asking how long you will be in the express entry pool? It will be 12 months. From the day you create the profile, every 12 months your express entry profile expires and you have to recreate because you're going to add that 12 months of your additional information. But it's 12 months.
Yeah, Piyush bhai.
Quick question on the work permit in 20 hours. Is there a rule that if there is no summer course, then you can pay some $100 and work more than 20 hours?
It's a very good question actually. So when you are full-time students and part of your study, letter of acceptance, if there is a break is allowed, particular summer break, so between your 2 semester, so it's not like if you're starting your first semester from September, then you came early sometime in May or you got your visa and you start working full-time. No. But between your 2 full-time semester, if you have an official summer break, then you can work full-time.
Only the fee is associated when they have a co-op work permit. So that is the only, if the program has a co-op term, so it can be any semester, it can be summer, it can be fall, it can be winter, but when they are on co-op, they have to pay the co-op registration fee to the school, so they are still enrolled in the co-op course, and they work off campus.
So I heard, like, somebody called me recently from India, and it was a student's mom who found, like, there was a video which we did, like, with Malay, who is here, and he runs a YouTube channel called Canadani Life. So I did something with him earlier, and one of the ladies calls me from India saying that my son is there. He has studied 2 years in a college, and they had spent 40 lakh rupees, and then they found out that the college is not eligible. So what do you do with those kind of cars?
Yeah, so maybe Pradyuman also can guide on that more actually, so after me. What happened, like, as I mentioned, like when you choose your institute, like a college or university, you must to make sure like it is a DLI, Designated Learning Institute, approved by CIC with DLI number. And then after you need to check like it's allowed for work permit or study permit particular program. And that's your due diligence to complete this search actually for yourself. And
so as you said, like on CIC, if you type the name of the college, it is given there?
Yeah, it is given there, everything actually, yeah.
So yeah, there are lots of colleges, like they're making money, so make sure that your college is one of them. Because after 2 years, when you got to know, you don't get the opportunity even to apply.
One thing I want to add the question C raised actually, and maybe it's helpful to the students actually. But before that, I want to make sure like this is not legal guidance, whatever we're saying actually. So like this is a general guidance. So it is not legal binding to me and Pradyuman. Yeah. So when I asked the question when the accounting things going on the presentation, you need to show your experience in back home when you're applying first time or you're coming to Canada. So when you file your return first time and you have experience in back home, that's give you the extra point. It's a big number. But the passive document is like you're supposed to show in your first tax return. So if you file first return after 3 years, then you don't have a passive document. When you file your first return very first year and you have experience, you merge your experience and earning from back home job actually in your first return, that passive document help you a lot to in background check to prove your experience in a back home actually. So there are certain things you need to, over there there is a, experienced professional will be there actually help you out in back home or anywhere. I strongly suggest, it is you're playing with your life when you're filing any form. When you're signing each, before your signature is written like you're 18 year plus and you are bound with that. So you need to make sure like go with professional, anyone. Yeah, go ahead.
So continue to Naresh, and when I said in beginning that you have to be proactive for your immigration, I'll just give you an ideal example of which don't imply it on you unless you take a legal opinion of any legal representative. Somebody has done bachelor's in India, came to here studied 2 years of postgrad program. He completed postgrad work permit. He got 3 years of work permit. Till 2018, this was the ideal scenario for a student to have a degree from India, completed postgrad in Canada, work 1 year. He was, and with a good language ability, he was scoring 452. This was the desired threshold draw in 2018. We are in 2020. The threshold today is 471. As of today, there are 20,000 express entry candidates whose score is above 460. Average, we draw 7,000 people a month. So 20,000 divided by 7 is the time you will wait if you are at 460. And expect that in next 6 months, a smarter kid is coming with his more academic and credentials, and he's going to compete you. So now, ideal case of this kid, what I'll recommend, and nothing implies to anybody here, as Naresh said, that this is an educational counseling and guidance. Your case matter you have to discuss individually. If this is the scenario, the day you get 3 years work permit, I will recommend that kid to go and work 1 year abroad. Go India, go Dubai, go Bahamas. You are an international graduate. You are globally made for world. Explore your 1 year skill experience abroad. Come back after that. You still have 2 years. Work 1 year and your score is 480. And you're not running around the province.
So this is a great tip for all of you.
So this you cannot plan it after you got work permit. No. You have to come the day you come and landed and said, sir, this is my credentials. What is my next 4 years? Yeah. That's where we can plan it. We cannot plan it last day. Then we're going to ask, okay, now you have to look at the in-demand stream. You might have to go to Yukon. You might have to go to Saskatchewan. But that's nothing wrong. But then how much you are able to migrate, how much challenges you are ready to take and get integrated in every different province every 2 years. Right. You can do it. You are youth, your blood is high, you are highly mobile, you can do it. But do you want to do it that way, or you do want to do it smarter way and safe way?
Yes, to add to the Pradyuman point actually, as per the competition is increasing every day. Trust me, like within the next 2 months, you have more number of people with 470 plus point. So I have back home representative office over there in India, Ahmedabad. What we are doing actually with our prospective client, I don't know, like almost 20 plus students or 40 plus students are who are. Anyone have a French level 6 background right now? No? If anyone have, see, that's a new point. So right now I have a students, prospective students who maybe come after 4 years as a student visa. Right now in a grade 10 or 12, he's learning French in back home. So, you know, the competition is going to be increased.
Very important how to increase the point. Experience is the one factor. Learning second language, the day you land. You have a one course which is a generic in every semester. Why don't you take French as a second course? I see people taking art, general literature, Microsoft Excel. Come on, you've grown up with Microsoft Excel. You don't have to take that as course to take the credit. You are taking that course because you want to do some other work on those hours. Take French. That gives you that extra points which Naresh is mentioning, and which is crucial. It changed your life.
So this is great. I think we would like to continue this up to 5 o'clock, but we don't have time. And I think we'll have to stop here because the pizzas are going to be cold, and we will be kicked out by 3. So I want each one of you to please put your hands together for these two great gentlemen. To also all the other speakers who are here, and I did not felicitate some of them because our bouquets were still there, but we were not able to because of the time. But sorry for that, if at all, if I have not mentioned that. There was Lalit Thakur who was here from Gujrat Weekly, and he also put an ad, this ad in his newspapers without any charge. So these guys are doing really great to do the community service. You can see Shiv Financial, Jagdish Bhai Sevak is here, is right here. Without even asking, he just said, I will be a part of this seminar. So lots of people are here, like there's Vanna ji from SBI. If you have any questions, like while you're eating pizza, please ask her anything and everything which SBI can help you as well. And then here we have these two people who you can bug even when you're having your pizza. And then we have lots of pizza, so if we have more, you can carry it home. Don't go from here hungry. We really want to make sure that everybody is feeded. Last but not the least, there's a gentleman who is right there behind. His name is Rajni Bhai. Rajni Bhai has arranged this pizza. Of course, he owns Pizza Huts, but when we say that we don't have enough budget for this, he is like, you don't need to worry. I'll take care of whatever you don't have. So, and these two gentlemen, they have also sponsored while they are giving advice. Same thing with Don and Patik. Like, all these guys are community leaders and they're doing great. So I would say, like, be in touch with us. You always want to make sure that you have that LinkedIn profile taken care of, which Meena ji said. And all the people over here, like, I would say thank you for doing this. And lastly, I forgot him. And then Rajesh Bhai, because see, Sa ana Parikh, etla pachi choda જ નહીં. So he is Paras Photography, Paras Bhai Parikh. He is also electronic and IT engineer. He works for Randstad. Randstad is the biggest HR agency here. On the side, like, this is his hobby, to do videography. And he has made this as his profession as well. So if you are good with that, why not? And he has charged us almost nothing to do this videography. All these 9 presentations will be on YouTube, will be on our website. And anybody who's not here, because it was bad weather, I know that. And then lastly, Darshan Bhai, who is making our voice come to you easily. So thank you, Darshan Bhai, for doing that. And all of them, whoever is here, if we have paid something, it is almost 50% or almost 0%. And then anybody else who is even here or not, they have paid just to help you guys. And then Kamal ji, and like, you can see the passion. So be in touch with us. GPAC is always there. You can always come back to us and make sure that we will always help you in whatever way we can. And then lastly, the co-chairs, Nayan Bhai and Jitu Bhai, and our secretary, Jignesh, and all the members of our community. There's a vice president over there who is going to Africa tomorrow, but he is here just because he can be with us. So that's where, like, we have lots of our people. There is Bhavik Parikh, who did all the social media campaign for us. You know how many people we have reached? We have reached around 11 to 12,000 people on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and thanks to you. And he only spent $22 for that. Can you believe that? Like, you guys know what social media is and how much we can spend on it. But that's how he has been helping. So each and every person on our team is dedicated towards helping, and then all the members who are here. And any questions you have, like, you can always get answered during the lunchtime.
Yeah, the always say, like, thanks to many people, but we all are here because of GPAC. Yeah, GPAC is there. So I want to thank Dhaval Bhai, his presidency, Secretary Jignesh Bhai, and many other directors and vice president. Please join GPAC also. Whenever you when you have a good job, you get your PR done. This is this kind of organization, push the community. We are all in the same ship where you are right now, before 10 years, 15 years. And that's why we are trying to help you out in this kind of umbrella organization. You need to do the next generation also. Yeah, thank you.
So please have the pizza before going, please.